Over the past decade, FDA medical device recalls have surged by 115%. Regulatory pressure on manufacturing and life sciences is intensifying. At the same time, production lines and development cycles are moving faster than ever to meet market demand. By February 2026, the FDA's new Quality Management System regulation goes into effect, requiring medical device companies to strictly align their processes with ISO 13485 standards. Companies navigating these rules are typically forced into a $12.5 billion market of proprietary quality management software, paying six-figure licensing fees for rigid platforms. Legacy, monolithic QMS platforms create a technical barrier, forcing modern, agile engineering teams to pause development and manual work to satisfy rigid software requirements. Version 3.0.0 of QAtrial resolves this bottleneck. It delivers a fully operational, enterprise-grade quality workspace built entirely on an open-source model. There is a persistent industry assumption that open-source software cannot pass strict FDA and EU validation standards without a massive, labor-intensive administrative burden. QAtrial removes the financial gatekeeping. By deploying under an AGPL 3.0 license, organizations run a validated quality system on their own infrastructure at zero license cost. The platform is designed so that legal compliance functions as a direct output of its technical operations. To understand how this works, we will construct this platform from the ground up, starting at the base database layer and working all the way through to a finalized external auditor review. Traditional QMS deployments require weeks of complex server configuration. QAtrial bypasses this by utilizing Docker. A single Docker compose up command instantly provisions the application server, the database, and static file serving, with health checks and persistent storage configured out of the box. At the top of this container sits Tahona application server. This lightweight framework manages the core routing and handles the heavy transaction loads required by quality teams. The routing layer connects downward via Prisma to a PostgreSQL database, ensuring robust data integrity for sensitive records. This database schema houses 15 distinct relational models out of the box, structured to map exactly to regulatory data requirements. The logic binding these layers together is composed of over 25,000 lines of highly structured TypeScript. This localized, self-contained stack provides the stable data environment required to maintain legally binding records. Operating an open-source tool within a regulated enterprise requires strict boundaries around identity and access to secure sensitive patient or product data. QAtrial delegates authentication to established enterprise providers through OIDC single sign-on, integrating natively with Okta, Azure AD, Auth0, Keycloak, and Google Workspace. This flowchart shows the authorization mechanics. An external user authenticates through an Okta node, is issued a JWT token badge, and carries those cryptographically verified credentials into the system. Upon initial login, first-time users are instantly auto-provisioned and sorted into one of 5 configurable role-based access levels, completely skipping manual setup. Automating identity mapping eliminates human error in account provisioning while strictly enforcing the electronic signature requirements mandated by 21 CFR Part 11. Quality assurance teams typically operate in silos, isolated from the continuous integration pipelines, where engineers actually write and deploy code. To bridge this gap, QAtrial exposes more than 16 REST API endpoints, allowing it to continuously ingest data directly from external development systems. A bidirectional synchronization with Jira Cloud ensures that when an engineer updates a ticket, the quality system instantly reflects the new state. The integration extends to GitHub, automatically linking pull requests and importing continuous integration test results straight into the quality models. The system responds through a robust webhook architecture. When a test fails or a Kappa lifecycle transitions, the central QAtrial node processes the input from Jira and GitHub, firing a webhook output pulse to alert other systems. Every event is secured. The webhook output pulse is wrapped in an HMAC SHA-256 payload, ensuring the data cannot be intercepted or tampered with in transit. By directly wiring the quality models into the tools developers already use, regulatory compliance becomes an automated byproduct of a daily code commit. To accelerate manual quality workflows, version 3.0.0 introduces a dedicated AI copilot module. The system ingests complex technical documents, rapidly sorting and standardizing data to remove the human bottleneck from QA review cycles. The AI is calibrated to handle test case generation, classify risk parameters, and run automated gap analyses on incoming requirements. Administrators can route these requests through cloud LLM providers like Anthropic and OpenAI, or they can use local deployments via Ollama. This local Ollama integration means biotech and medical device manufacturers can run aggressive AI automation on internal hardware. Proprietary IP and patient data never leave their own servers. The final and most resource-intensive hurdle for regulated companies is executing formal software validation on their toolchain. QAtrial eliminates months of documentation labor by shipping with an automated, pre-built validation package right in the repository. This diagram illustrates the package components. The installation qualification document executes first, systematically populating 9 distinct test steps to verify the environment. A second document slides in for the operational qualification, executing 18 rigorous test steps, alongside a performance qualification template. The package includes a comprehensive compliance statement, explicitly mapping the software against EU Annex 11 and GAMP 5 Category 4 standards. Finally, a dense matrix grid overlays the system data. This traceability matrix draws unbroken lines connecting 75 specific regulatory requirements to exact product features and individual test IDs. By linking these layers, the platform generates an active record of its own legal integrity for external governing bodies. All of this architecture is built for one highly stressful moment, handing the entire system over to an external regulatory auditor. QAtrial prepares for this via compliance starter packs, pre-configured templates for FDA software validation, EU MDR, and ISO 27001 automatically set the correct country verticals and modules through a setup wizard. When the auditor arrives, administrators activate audit mode. This resolves the severe security risk of creating external logging credentials on an internal network. Instead of an account, administrators generate secure, read-only links with strict expirations of 24 hours, 72 hours, or 7 days. This dashboard is what the auditor sees, a curated 7-tab view covering the project overview, requirements, tests, traceability, evidence, the audit trail, and electronic signatures. Audit mode takes thousands of complex API calls, Git commits, and database transactions and condenses them into a singular, unassailable pane of glass for compliance verification. The entire lifecycle is unified, from a single Docker command through automated AI testing, ending in a perfectly validated audit link. This architecture provides small and mid-sized manufacturers with the same level of regulatory rigor previously reserved for organizations with million-dollar software budgets. Regulated companies no longer have to compromise. You can maintain high-speed developer agility while utilizing the zero-cost infrastructure guaranteed by the AGPL 3.0 license. To inspect the validation documentation or clone the repository directly, visit QAtrial.com and deploy your own quality workspace today.